Okay, welcome back. So last time I found out that they don't like you playing darts here. So let's go ahead and get on out of this place.
I used to be an actuary. Now look at me.
Let's see what I want to do. Not that. Hmm. Let's try this. Let's try the brownouts. So go ahead and do that. Set a course. Just pop over there. There we go.
Be advised, you are entering United Colony space. Please maintain course and prepare to be scanned. Scan complete. You're cleared to land at New Atlantis.
Now, one quick thing before I land is, let's see if this is, let's see if there's anything.
Okay. Hello. Sure. Got some items worth looking at.
Alright. So one thing I actually recently learned is, oh, they don't have any credits. You can buy and sell from random ships in space, if you find them. Let's find somebody actually might have something, though. How about you?
You're on comms. Something up? I got some knickknacks I could part with.
There we go. So he has, like, still has resources like the other one, but he actually has some credits as well, so you can go over to, you know, whatever you want and actually sell things to them if you want to. And then you have, I wouldn't say like every single ship out here would be a vendor, but it still gives you an option if you wanted to find more things to sell stuff to just kind of like offload your inventory. Let's go ahead and land. Find a spot where I'm landing. There we go. Okay, so now here, just need to follow the markers. Not exactly sure why it told me one just to go to another. Okay. So here. And this nice elevator gets us down to the well. Okay. Let's go ahead. Check in
There are always
with
about a million things to do, and I'm only one person. It's
Louisa here.
Hey! Oh, you're not Carl. Sorry, I shouldn't assume. Maybe you go by Carl. You're just not the Carl I was waiting for. We're supposed to be investigating a power drain down here. People have been reporting brownouts for a while, and Mass finally decided to follow up on it. I can't be in two places at once, and Carl isn't here, so I'm just trying to look inconspicuous. Co-worker of mine on this assignment with me, clearly not taking it seriously. Not really surprising. Most folks are fine with ignoring what goes on down here.
I can try and help.
Well, since you're here and Carl isn't, and I really want to get this solved, I will take you up on that. What I need isn't very technical. I can talk you through it remotely. I'm gonna head to the monitoring station. The first box we're looking for is over near UC Surplus. You know, Antonio's place. I can contact you once you get there.
Okay. think it should have tracked it automatically, but the auto tracking I did kind of messed it up a bit. Alright. This way.
Yeah?
You can double check with the scanner to just get your path going again if you need to.
Hey, can you hear me? I think this is working. I only have a general view of things, but you should be near the first junction box. Look for it mounted on the wall. When you find it, open it up and flip the big switch. That's it. Great job. So that tripped the secondary breaker, and that goes to... Oh, wow, really? They wired it like that? Jeez, okay. Okay, got it. Next one is way down past Jake's, and maybe up a story or two? It's a bit of a hike. Sorry.
No. Another section. No.
All right, you should be near the next junction box. This section isn't used very much these days, so maybe a little harder to see.
Seems perfectly fine to me.
That's the one. Next one's not too far. Dead end, right down from Jake's. Right under that apartment they've been trying to sell. Good luck with that, right?
Okay. Down here. I can't remember. Down here. And there it is.
You should be near the next junction box. And if those squatters never cleared out, I would suggest avoiding eye contact. It should be fine.
Oop. There we go.
Another switch flipped, another lead to follow. And the lights in here just flickered too. The wiring is worse than I thought. I'm going to work on fixing that little issue while you find the next junction box. Looks like it's over near the Trade Authority. Okay, just find that and, maybe don't talk to anyone about it just yet.
Mess with me and I'll serve you my famous knuckles.
Here. There we go.
Okay, the final box I need you to deal with should be right around there. Unfortunately, I just realized you're in for a real tangle of cabling. Like 200 years of field attempts to rewire things. I tried to fix it 3 years back and was crying by the second day. Gave up on the third. Anyway, there should be a series of secondary breakers you need to deal with before you can access the junction box. I don't remember the order, but flip levers until all those circuits are powered down.
Right. So let's go ahead and just get all these opened up. Okay. That one. No. Oop. There we go. So it says powered down, except all the lights are green, so I think that's what you're trying to do. Unless that means powered down? I'm not exactly sure.
Wow, you got it. Really well done. You saved me like a week of work. Why didn't you meet me at the monitoring station, near where we met?
Okay. It's over this way. This way. There we go.
Did I say thank you? Because thank you. There's no way I could have done that in a reasonable amount of time all by myself. Well, not everyone would be, and I appreciate it. Thanks to your help, I was able to trace the power drain. I know where it's coming from. Unfortunately, the source is exactly where I was afraid it was. The Trade Authority. So, that's something that I'll need to deal with. That'll be fun. If you want to tag along, I certainly wouldn't complain. But if not, then this is where we part ways.
Telling you, you should meet my cousin. She'd be perfect for you.
So we're gonna go ahead and tag along with her. So she's gonna talk to her.
So thanks to
There we go.
you, we've got evidence that the Trade Authority is behind the power drain being reported down here. I don't know if you ever dealt with the Trade Authority, but Zoe is intimidating. I have to go in there, but I really don't want to. You think you'd be willing to go with me? Just make sure this doesn't go badly? I don't know. I feel like I'm the one who's going to wind up in trouble. Zoe's got a way of twisting things. Thanks. That means a lot. I can do the talking, I think. Just be ready for, well, anything.
Okay. And this is another following the slower NPC, even though you have the regular walking speed. I think, yeah, it's not gonna have a tracking point. I wonder if they'll add one at that. Yeah, it will. So just right to her. Okay.
How are you holding up?
Just got a new job, a new apartment, so things are looking up.
Alright. There we go.
Ever wonder how the Crimson Fleet seems to be everywhere? It's because they have little outposts everywhere. There were so many facilities abandoned after the colony war.
You'll have to remind me.
Pirates used them as forward operating bases all over the settled system.
I'm Louisa Reyez. Well, you know that, because I've been in here 3 times.
Yes, of course you are. And was it you were accusing me of with absolutely no evidence?
The power drain is coming from your building, Zoe. You and I both know it, and now I can prove it.
I'm sorry, what?
We traced the drain, checked the grid. It led us here. You can't talk your way out of this.
I'm going to ask you to wait here a moment. I'll be right back.
Okay, just be ready for anything. I don't know if she's going to come out of there with a gun or call in mercenaries or what. I don't want this to turn out violent if we can avoid it, okay? Believe me, I really hope I am. But I'll tell you, people in my division tell stories about Zoe. She's got a lot of influence. Okay, you're probably right. Just need to breathe.
There you
Well,
go.
Miss Reyes, I apologize for not taking this matter more seriously. I assure you I will eagerly assist in getting to the bottom of this.
No, you're not weaseling out of this. We got to the bottom of it. You are the bottom.
I appreciate your enthusiasm for your work, but I do a little more research before casting aspersions. Someone has indeed been using this location through which to route electrical power. It is not the Trade Authority. I've had my suspicions for a while, and have been keeping detailed notes, which I'm happy to share with you. For now, though, what do we do next?
Wait, what?
Of for heaven's sake. I presume you've been assisting Miss Reyez in tracking down this little problem. Well, clearly there's more work to be done. Why don't you continue the work you've been doing with an assurance that the Trade Authority will compensate you for your time? I'll coordinate things here with Miss Reyez. With Mast's access to the grid, we'll find out who did this soon enough. And why. Presumably, you're the one who's been doing the field work, so I believe you'll find there's another junction box out there in the well that needs your attention.
Okay, well, this is not how I saw this going. For the moment, let's assume this is all legitimate. I can sort out the details with Zoe. So why don't you go investigate the next junction box? Maybe Zoe really is telling the truth.
Okay, let's find that next box. All the way down here for some reason. Oh, there we go.
I feel like starting with number one.
Up here. Way up here. Store. Here.
Hey there. You should be getting close.
Ooh, really
Hello?
nice. Oh.
Is this functional? I insist that you provide updates for any suspicious activity. Is that clear?
And Zoe's here too, if you hadn't guessed. We've agreed to work together on this. Once you throw the switch, we can direct you to the next junction box. That's it, thanks. Let's just take a look here. Okay, you're going to want to head for box 45A. It should be near Apex Electronics.
You can't possibly be serious. Are you looking at the same diagram I am? 47B is obviously the next one. It's on the same level.
Zoe, I know how to read. Ignore her. Head for box 45A, okay?
I appreciate that you've listened to reason. The junction box should be just nearby. We'll have this solved in short order.
Let's try this one.
Adequately done. Miss Reyez and I have both noted that the next node in this trace is not on any of the current diagrams.
She means it's not in the well. It's somewhere on the surface. Which technically means it's not my responsibility.
However,
We agreed that we all like to see this through. If you head topside, I'll pull up the diagrams we need.
Okay. Now with this, because I'm not encumbered, I should be able to go here and do this.
Miss Reyes is still collecting the necessary diagrams and blueprints to accurately assess the situation. Before she returns, I'm going to make you an offer. Whatever you find at the end of this path, you bring it to me first.
Hey, you should be getting close. Looks like it's somewhere near Athena Tower. Zoe says there's a junction box on the building's exterior. I'm not sure why she knows that.
I'll be certain that Mast gets what it needs. But I trade in valuable information. I suspect you're going to find some. One never knows when information might be useful.
Okay, well, we're going to discuss that later. I'll check in once you flip the switch.
I guarantee you the Trade Authority will pay well.
Well, that's unexpected. Powering down that junction doesn't show any other connections.
Consider that as you head towards the residential district. We can't pinpoint the source yet, but it's somewhere over there. Clearly, the source must be inside that residential tower.
Yeah, that would make sense. You know, I think I remember seeing a report about power problems on one of the upper floors. I bet it's related. See if you can get up there.
Okay. Up here. And then here. We have this room. Let's go ahead and open this up then. Okay. Oh yes, and digipicks. Okay. So lockpicking in this game. So the way this kind of works is you have these rings. You can have I want to say between 2 and 5, depending on the difficulty of the lockpicking. And that's going to depend on your lockpicking skills. So let me just pop out of here real quick. Go over to skills, and that's over here. There it is. So you have your 4 different levels here, and that determines kind of really what kind of locks you can pick. So I can do Novice because that's the lowest level, and then there's Advanced, Expert, Master, and I think that's it. And then this just helps you with getting rid of any extra keys that don't work for the puzzle, which isn't for this case, I believe. Okay, go back to this. So the way this works is you have your different keys here, and you can take the ring and move it around with either the left and right on the D-pad or the left and right on the left stick. And you're trying to line these little outside gaps up with the outside marks up with the gaps in the rings to fill them in. And you're not going to, these are all random, so you're going to get different things each time. And I think this one's actually, it might have changed from what I just looked at. I wasn't paying too much attention to it. But you're going to want to match them up. And one thing you can kind of do is just like a little bit of a helper, is to actually try and look at not this outside ring first, but look at the inner rings first. So if you look at that inside ring, notice that you have different kinds of layouts. So that one would work. Okay. So you have something like this one, where it's not going to work out here because if you try to match it up to the gaps, it's just not going to fit. But what it will do is fit on the inside ring. Now, you might try something like that, but that's not going to work. So if you keep on moving it until all 3 line up, you see all 3 of those little marks line up with the 3 gaps on that inside ring. So what would be left would be those 2 individual marks that are next to each other, which look like they match this one. So we'll leave that one there. So since that one's already been kind of not used yet, but set aside, and then that one's been set aside, then that leaves the first and third one to figure out. So then if we do take the first one, keeping in mind how this one is shaped, we actually can start with this one first. So if we move that over to where the one mark fills in the gap, you can, at the bottom, you can see that it also fills in the gap at the top. So we know that one goes there. And then this one, because that left gap is already getting filled in, this first one should go into these 2 gaps. So all that's left to do is to just go ahead and start using it. So we can start. Now, if you mess up and you have digipicks left, you can use digipicks to undo any mistake that you may have made. But we're good right now, and it still will use up a digipick. And then each one you use, each little ring you use uses up a digipick. I thought it used one. Maybe it didn't. That. Oh, I guess it's 1 to start. And that. There we go. So now the door is open. We can figure out what's going on here. Now I think anything in here, yeah, he's going to have the little red mark, so it's going to be stealing. So let's just focus on the quest for right now. Okay. Let's check this computer. Oh, Lord. Let's download the evidence. Let's check the recent messages. You guys got creative with the rewiring. You should have all the juice you need to run the program non-stop, so stop messaging me and get to work. I expect my cut soon. And keep the damn door locked. Last thing we need is someone poking around. Even if Galbank notices the missing funds, they won't have a way to trace it. They'll call it a malfunction and wipe the records, like they always do. Money's all digital anyway. They can literally just make as much as they want. Newman. Okay. Let's go ahead and back out of all this. So now that I have that, it's going to be back to the well. So from here, I can go ahead and figure out who I want to give the information to, but I think I could still do set course, and then that will let me fast travel to the next location, which I'm actually not sure about. Oh, well, that didn't do anything for me, did it? That's fine. Okay. Let's just go ahead and go here, and that. Is it the commercial district? Oh, I think it's the mass district. Okay. Oh. What? Wait, what? Okay. I am not sure. I'm guessing because you can get to the well from multiple locations, this entrance just might happen to be the closest one to where those two are. Let's see. That might have been the case. Go.
If you're looking for a tracker, you've come to the right place.
Here. There we are. And back in here.
Something to report.
Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to try something. I'm going to drop a quick save and see what happens when I give it to Trade Authority first. Okay, so I got a little quick save. Let's see what happens when I...
work. You can give me what you found now.
See what happens when I do
You're
this.
going to hand over what you've discovered, yes? Do you have something for me? I'm glad you made the right decision. I'll look this over and make sure that Mast gets just as much as they need, not a bit more. The Trade Authority will not forget what you've done for us.
2,500 credits. 75 XP. Let's see what she says.
I can't lie. I'm disappointed you turned out as good as
Someone was attempting to hack Galbank? And at a glance, it appears they may have had some success. This will make for some entertaining late-night reading. Well, Miss Reyez, it's been such a pleasure having you here. I'll be sure and pass along my compliments to your superiors.
I hope whatever that is, it's worthless to you. And you know, I'm still not sure you weren't behind this all along, whatever this is.
I'm sorry to hear you say that. I was trying to be sincere. Well, in any event, thank you for a wonderful diversion from my usual work.
I have 3 projects that are backburnered right now because no one has time to help me. 3!
Okay. Let's go ahead and go back. And let's give the information to her.
So you tracked it down. You've got something to show for it? Great. I'll get this back to Mass for analysis. I'm not stupid. I know Zoe probably made you an offer. I appreciate that you didn't take it. And I'm really glad we got to work together on this.
Oh, you still get 2,500 credits and then 75 XP.
So, looks like maybe someone thought they could hack into Calibanc's system. In fact, looks like maybe they did. Still want to claim you had nothing to do with this, Zoe?
My dear, why in the world would I want to break the law? And Galbank, no less. I do quite enough business with them as it is.
All right. Well, I'll have some people look over this. Maybe they'll be in touch.
I very much doubt that.
See you around.
If there's something you need, no matter what it is, either I have it or I can get it.
Alright. And she, after she gets her book going.
Welcome to the Trade Authority. If you're here on legitimate business, I would be more than happy to help you. If, however, you are here under false pretense, say, sent by one Miss Tsang of UC Distribution, then I'm afraid you'll find nothing illegitimate here to report to her. And I'd ask that you pass along my request to stop these silly games. So, what'll it be?
Silly games.
Then my disclaimer doesn't apply, and I hope we have what you need. Please, let me know if I can assist you further. Of course, of course.
There we go. Nothing to sell, but just wanted to show off that you can. Oh, I have research to put up as well. Trade with her, so not bad.
The Trade Authority appreciates your visit.
Okay. Let's see what else I can do.
You have a nice day now.
Some time. Let's see. Let's try the scientist by the trade. That's going to be in Mass District. Okay, let's see what this guy wants to talk about.
I'm sorry, I really can't afford to be distracted. I need to get to the bottom of this. Yes, concerned is an understatement. I work for the scientific division of MAST. I've been studying this tree for quite some time, and it appears to be exhibiting some worrying signs. Are you familiar with this particular specimen? Do you understand its importance? Look, I have a lot of work to do here. If you're just going to gawk, I'd ask that you move on. If you can actually assist me, however, I would appreciate it. I don't normally solicit help from random passersby, but it seems an exception is necessary. Would you be willing to retrieve some additional data for me?
Sure.
Well, thank you. That's unexpected. There's a series of biosensors I've placed in various locations around New Atlantis, all calibrated to gather pertinent information. They've been running for long enough that I think it's time to collect and analyze their findings. If you would bring them to me, that would save time.
Get to go pop around and get data. Let's see what we got. Is there anyone nearby? What's going on over there? I'm not sure there's that.
Do each of you swear to protect and defend the city?
I think that's one. Yep, there's one. Okay, here's one. There we go. junk ones up there.
Seems like the Crimson Fleet is everywhere these days.
There we go. Okay, 2 more. Oh, it disappeared. That was weird. Oh, I need to go on there. Okay. Just hop down here. Nope. Okay. Residential and commercial district. Good lord, how many of these things are there? Okay, well, it's right over there. That's not bad. Is it like on the tree? Just like hanging out in the tree. Weird. Okay.
Hey, are you looking for eggs too? I've only found one so far, but I want to find more before anyone else does. So if you see some, can you tell me?
It's a...
Yeah, it was. Weird, right? Miss Seng over at UC Distribution bought the one I found, and she said she might buy more if I can find them. I could really use the credits.
Weird. So she bought the sensor off the kid. So
I'm
we need
afraid,
to...
due to recent legislative action, I'm no longer able to allocate ships. I can, however, deal in general goods. Welcome to UC Distribution. Something I can do for you? Who, Jordan? That kid's in here every other day with some random thing he found. Trying to get credits. Yeah, I took pity on him. Why, what is it? Oh, really? Well, you can have it back for what I paid for it, plus a little extra. Let's call it a convenience fee, shall we?
Oh, Jesus.
Pleasure doing business with you. You're always welcome back, if you don't mind a bit of a wait.
Actually, I'm kind of curious. Let's load the... If that actually gets me to where I was inside. Just getting in. Perfect. Just skip to that part again.
I'm pleased to report that our stocks are currently being maintained at 90% or higher. I'm sure we have anything you might need. Welcome to UC Distribution. Who, Jordan? Why, what is it? Oh, really? Well, you can have it back.
See if this works.
I could, but I did pay for it. I'd like to recover my losses. And it's all the way in the back room. I'd have to walk back there, then back out here. You did say this was important after all. Honestly, it's probably worth way more than what we're talking about.
Huh.
Right. Come back if you need something else.
Can I just... Ha! Ooh. If I can get him to where he's not seeing me. Come on. There we go. Not the pen. Ah! Funny. Alright, let's get back to the dock before anyone else gets wise.
How you doing?
I am doing just fine. Credits. Come on. It's probably a nice little thing with this, especially it being another single-player game as opposed to like an online one. So you can always just try alternatives rather quickly if you want. Okay.
I really do need that additional data. Recent scans of the tree have suggested that a significant portion of the interior is liquefied. Obviously, some small percentage of its internal workings is always liquid to allow for the transfer of nutrients and so forth, but this, well, I've never seen anything like it. If it continues to increase, I'm concerned the entire tree may collapse. And I'm also worried about other secondary effects. It's too soon to speculate. I'd very much like to see the additional data before I say more. I appreciate your confidence. The sooner I have all the available data, the sooner I can make an assessment.
Here we go.
So you do. Wonderful. I'll just take these, and we'll see what they have to tell us. All right, we'll just upload the data. Give it a moment. And just another moment. Oh. It is working, isn't it? Ah, there it is. Relief. Now, let's see. This is... well, it's... oh my. Well, there's good news and bad news. The good news is that my suspicions were correct. There is something wrong with the tree. I will report my findings to MAST immediately with no small amount of satisfaction. The phrase, "I told you so," may even be uttered more than once. Well, from a certain point of view. In an, admittedly, somewhat selfish manner. The bad news, as it were, is that the internal composition of the tree is changing. In this particular case, the tree is now regularly emitting ultra-low frequency sound waves. They're nearly imperceptible now, but they're growing in strength. This is something we've never observed before. Depending on how large these waves grow, consequences for the city could be disastrous. I must consult with my colleagues in MAST at once. Thank you for your assistance. I hope these credits are adequate compensation.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, for a quick little running around, that's actually not bad. Oh, check in on him later. Can I check in on him now?
These findings are alarming.
Okay.
Again, the customer satisfaction survey of New Atlantis businesses ranked CalBank in the top 3.
Okay, so I'd say with that, we'll go ahead and call this a part here and go check on some other quests or just some general exploring. But not bad for getting 2 little quests done and getting, I think it was like 2,500 credits each. So, not too bad. Alright, well, until next time, thanks for watching.